All right, fight fans. Katie Taylor gets her revenge in her rematch against Chantelle Cameron. She won by majority decision. I picked Katie by unanimous decision. The same prediction I had in the first fight, but she gets it done this time, and it was another close fight. Let's start with the pros and the cons. Let's start with Katie Taylor. The pros would be I like the fact that she was fighting off of the back foot, not getting into too many meaningless exchanges. I like the fact that I did like the short, straight right hand that Katie was throwing. I like the fact that she was countering every time Chantelle came in and got close enough. Katie would put something on her. She mostly that straight right hand. As for the cons for Katie Taylor, I'm sorry, and one more pro, and I would say, as Harold Letterman used to say, good ring generalship. As for the cons for Katie Taylor, I did not like the fact that she was lunging in so much. She reminded me a lot of Bernard Hopkins, where she would, hit Chantelle with a shot, but then lunge right in. There was, quite a bit of tying up in this fight, even though I considered it to be a very entertaining fight. I felt that Katie could have controlled the fight just a little bit more without all that lunging in. And I also did not like the fact that Katie did not do enough body work. As for Chantelle Cameron, the pros would be, I'm going to start with the body work, especially in that eighth round. Chantelle did a lot of body work. She probably should have did more, but she went to the body quite a bit. I like the fact that she tried to control the fight with her jab, as she did in the first fight. And I like the fact that she was cutting off the ring. The cons for Chantelle would be that she was following Katie around the ring. I feel like Chantelle was really trying to get a stoppage. So she was following Katie around everywhere, trying to put pressure on her when she really could have just stayed back and controlled the fight with her jab. Now let's get into the fight. It was a very entertaining fight from rounds 1 through 10. Another reason why I love the 2-minute rounds for women's boxing. It gives you very little time to play around, and you have to get to whatever your game plan is. The fight started out, I thought in my mind, the first 2 rounds were one each. I thought that each fighter, it wasn't a lot of fill out, but I think that each fighter established their game plan those first 2 rounds. Not a lot of fill out, as I said, because these two just fought 6 months ago, and they kind of know that, they know each other pretty well. As we get through almost to the middle parts of the fight, it seemed to me that Katie Taylor was taking over. Like I said, that straight right hand was stopping Chantelle in her tracks. Now, Katie doesn't have dominant power, but she had enough to stop Chantelle from coming in. We get all the way to the 8th round, and I thought that was Chantelle's best round. I mean, she did a lot of body work in that round. I mean, like the body snatcher. She is the younger fighter, and she was taking Katie's legs away. I'd like to see a little more body work, even though I thought that Chantelle did a very decent amount of body work. And then the last round, if you're Chantelle, you have to know in that 10th round that this fight is probably close. It's probably up for grabs. And I would have liked to see Chantelle not get held as much. Because like I said earlier, Katie Taylor was doing a lot of lunging in, and whenever she would lunge, sometimes Chantelle would be coming towards her, and then they would tie each other up, and that would slow the fight down. I would like to see Chantelle maybe step back, throw an uppercut like Katie was doing earlier when she sees Katie come in, instead of allowing herself to get tied up and then looking to the ref to save her, to break them up. We get to the end of the fight, and we hear the scorecards. Majority decision. Now, the one scorecard, if I remember, was like 98-92. Yes, I picked Katie to win, and I thought Katie won the fight, but I didn't think the fight was that far. But I also didn't think that it was a 95-95 draw. Either way it goes, Katie gets the decision by majority decision. And now we move on to what they do from here. Katie's already said it, if you watch the interview after the fight, that she wants the trilogy. And to me, it has to happen. Chantelle has one. She has one. Now let's get the trilogy. The thing about women's boxing, as I say all the time, is that it's very top heavy. So it's not like we can say, well, at this point, let each of them go on and fight this person. Right now in that super lightweight division, it's really just the two of them. So let's go on. Let's let them rest up, and let's, in the summertime, get that trilogy, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, fight fans, what did you think about the fight? Did you have Katie, Who did you pick? Katie? Did you pick Chantelle? And what do you want to see them do from here? Do you want to see the trilogy, or do you maybe want to see the two of them go their separate ways? If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking boxing. That's all I got. I'll let y'all later.